Can you see me?
Looks
You can
good,
see my
Eric.
screen. Okay,
Yeah.
cool. Hey everyone. So this is Eric. I am a technical lead and solution architect working at UiPath. I have around 6 years of experience working with this UiPath technology. So amazing. Thanks, Diana, for setting up this session, and also to Revati. And thanks to Christopher Bolin for joining. He will be helping a little bit in the chat. Today, we are gonna see a small overview about document understanding, and I invite you to join the next Monday for the following call, where some folks are gonna show how to build a document understanding project in UiPath Studio. So let's jump into the agenda. Today, we are going to talk first a little bit about what is document understanding. Then we are going to move and see a closer look on how to extract data, classifiers, and then about some methodologies that we need to consider where we are building the document understanding project solution. Let's start with document understanding. As you know, many of us many of our clients and our business needs to deal daily with documents, right? We have so many different documents types that we need to digitize, and we need to grab that information and submit it into different systems or destinations. So document understanding, get your documents processed intelligently. Just give me one sec. Document understanding uses artificial intelligence to make your robots smarter, enable them to read, extract, and understand information from documents. With UiPath, you can easily drag and drop these AI driving skills into your workflows, automating everything from document submission to data output. Now, in more deep, document understanding is about teaching systems to read and comprehend documents the way humans do, to extract key information and interpret different formats like PDFs, images, or forms. Document understanding combines AI, artificial intelligence, document processing, and RPA. Document processing to read the content, artificial intelligence to understand the content, and RPA uses to automate actions, enable full process automation. Document understanding offers end-to-end capabilities to use a combination of rule-based and model-based approaches to process documents. We are going to talk more deep about it in the next slide. But some of these features offers a composable framework providing flexibility and guaranteeing users to have the best in class technologies. Also offers end-to-end solution helping UiPath robots to extract and interpret information from the documents. Also, document understanding support a wide range of document types, as we mentioned before, like images, PDFs, Word documents, forms. Document understanding also have the ability to process different files and formats and recognize objects such as handwriting tables or signatures. Document understanding also offers the ability to use pre-trained machine learning models that helps understanding the data and offers the ability to retrain the data and the models. Also, document or this understanding is available in cloud or on-premise environment. Now, which documents can be handled by document understanding? We can handle structured documents like forms, passports, licenses, or timesheets. As you can see in the example, there is like a driver license where the format is fixed and it contains handwriting, it can contain signatures or even checkboxes. Also, document understanding can handle semi-structured documents like invoices, receipts, purchase orders, medical bills, or utility bills. In the example, we have an invoice where the format is fixed, but also it contains variable parts like the table where the invoice details are located with the fees. And lastly, it can also handle unstructured documents like contracts, agreements, emails, drug prescriptions, or news, where there is no fixed format. Basically, there is like a free form of sentences and multiple paragraphs. UiPath offers a wide range of products to achieve different goals, like communication mining, process tags mining, data fabric. For document understanding, the use of AI Center and Action Center are some of the RPA, sorry, for document understanding, the use of AI Center, Action Center, and RPA tools are so essential. AI Center, because we can choose pre-trained models available out of the box, or we can bring our own models and retrain the models. Action Center that will help us for human validations in order to retrain the models. And lastly, we can use Studio, Robots, and Orchestrator as part of the core RPA tools. So basically, it fully integrates with all components to provide the robots the superpower of understand and process your documents. What is the processing solution that we have with intelligent document? First, we'd receive the documents, right? Where we can have different type of documents, as we mentioned before, like the structured, semi-structured, or unstructured documents, which can contains a multiple language, various formats, handwriting, signatures, checkboxes. Then we move to understand the documents by digitizing, classifying, extracting, validating, retraining, and analyzing the document. And lastly, we streamline the end-to-end process, improving the business outcomes and reducing the manual effort. If somebody has questions, feel free to open the mic or send the questions in the chat. At, at a high level, documents understanding go through 6 fundamental steps. Pre-processing, or it is called load taxonomy, which defines the document types and field for processing. The digitization or digitize documents using OCR to make them machine readable. Classification, which classify and split the files into different documents type. Extraction, which extract information from the documents. And post-processing that export the extract data for future usage. For some of these steps like classification and extraction, human can validate and make fixes to retrain the model. Now, we are gonna talk in detail about those 6 fundamental steps. Load taxonomy. Taxonomy manager is used once at the start to define the collection of documents that we want to process. As you can see in the image, we have 3 different documents: receipts, invoice, and sales orders. And on the right side of the image, we are defining the fields that we want to extract from the document. Also, we have the ability to enter new fields as needed. As an example, we are entering a new field called total, and we are defining what is the field type, which can be number, text, datetime, and other different types. The digitize steps will allow us to grab all those documents from different types and digitize them using OCR capabilities. The following step is about classifying and splitting our documents into a specific type. In this example, we classify the documents in 4 different categories, as you can see in the screen: invoice, purchase orders, receipts, and unrelated documents. Document understanding offers different classification capabilities that we are gonna talk in a little bit. Also, we have the classification station that is used to check correct data and confirm the results of document classification and splitting. And also, you can easily configure that extraction to choose the most suitable extractor for each field, using a combination of rule-based and model-based approaches to ensure a smooth and accurate processing of different documents. In the validate extraction step, you will use validation station to validate the extract information and handle exceptions. Now, it is possible to retrain machine learning models using the data confirmed or corrected in validation station. In the train classifiers and extractor steps, the classifier and extractors learn from the data corrected and validated in the classification station and validation station, respectively. So basically, we correct the data and we can retrain the classifiers and extractors. And finally, in the export step, in the export step, we can start and continue the document processing workflows with other automations components, where we can export the data for future usage automation, for example, to submit the data into an Excel spreadsheet, to SAP, to any other application or system, or even sending the data extract by email. Now, we are going to talk about the document understanding methodologies that we can use to extract data from documents. Depending on the structure and format, there are 3 types of documents used for processing. We already spoke a little bit about this in the previous slide. So let's recap again about those document types. Structured documents, where the information needed is usually found in the same place. The format is fixed. Examples: forms, passports, licenses, timesheets containing handwriting, text, signature, and checkboxes. Also, we have semi-structured documents where the information needed is repetitive each time and is usually found in fixed places. And it can contain tables like invoices, receipts, purchase orders, bank statements, or utility bills. And lastly, we have documents where the format is unstructured or not fixed, like contracts, agreements, emails, news, or drug prescriptions. I'm gonna make a pause just to check if there is like any kind of questions in the chat or.
Right now, Chris is answering them, so I think we're good.
Okay, we are moving so fast.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Based on the document type, there are two common types of data extraction methodologies: rule-based and model-based. Rule-based approaches require users to create rules templates that can extract information from their document. And model-based approaches relies on machine learning and statistical techniques. Both approaches are extremely potent tools, but sometimes limiting the abilities to process optimally the range of documents that the companies can manage. And also the combination of rule-based and model-based brings another methodology called hybrid. Document understanding enables the user to easily combine different approaches to extract information from a single document. The rule-based extractors are basically regex and the form extractor, which handle mostly structured documents. And the model-based extractors are the forms AI extractors for handling structured documents and the machine learning extractor for handling semi-structured documents. Lastly, the hybrid approach combines both rule-based and model-based extractors for handling both structured and less structured documents. Let's go in deep into each extractor. Starting with the regex-based extractor, it enables the users to create and use customized regular expressions or regex to extract information from documents. The form extractors enables the users to create templates from which it will extract, match, and report information by taking into consideration word positions inside the documents. This extractor also has the capability of understanding handwriting, checkboxes, and signatures. Moving to the model-based methodology, Forms AI is used to process forms and documents that have similar formats. This includes stamp forms, insurance forms, pay stubs, or other fixed formats documents with low diversity in layouts. It provides a point, a click experience that doesn't require any coding or machine learning skills, making it accessible and easily for developers and business users. And the machine learning extractors enables users to extract templates with less similar data points from semi-structured or unstructured documents using machine learning models. These models simulate the way humans understand the fields required from documents. In the screen, we can see that UiPath offers a big range of pre-trained models that can be used for different layouts of documents that are less unstructured, helping with the extraction of this, helping with the data extraction of these complex documents. But also UiPath offers the ability to bring custom models built by third-party companies. Retraining the models is a high-level recommended step because it requires training data and training
It looks like Eric's screen froze. So we'll just give him a minute. So while we're waiting, does anybody have any questions that they'd like to ask on what we've covered so far? If you want to take yourself off mute, that's fine.
Good afternoon, this is Miguel. Regarding the topics that we are going to cover in these webinars, are you going to explain the document understanding the classic view or only focus on the modern one?
I think he's going through the classic view right now. And then there's a more modern one. Maybe Chris can say a few words about what that is. We were talking about that earlier today.
So yeah, thanks, Dinah. There's a newer solution. It's called UiPath IXP. P is in Paul, and it is a combination of document understanding and communications mining. So it can handle much more complex documents, varying documents, contracts, things like that. I know we're currently developing a prototype where it's actually pulling data from CAD drawing, PDFs for manufacturing, things like that. So it's a little bit more intelligent. It's a different interface completely different from what the original document understanding looks like. So there is a learning curve there to use it, if that helps at all. I don't know, Diana, do you have his slide deck?
Yeah, that's what I'm looking for right now. So hold on.
Chris, I think for this one, you and I were just going to cover like the original document understanding stuff, right?
Right. We're not doing IXP in this because it's not
Right.
part of the specialized AI curriculum yet, since it's so new.
Chris, there's a question in chat from Anil asking if we can combine different document types into a single document, like a single PDF, and then classify and extract from those. Like if there's a structured and then an unstructured or semi-structured inside of that.
Correct.
PDF.
And you can't, if I understand the question, then it is if you have an invoice or PO in the same PDF, is that format in the same file document submission? Because you can, if I understand that correctly, because you can do this in parallel in document understanding, it's going to depend, you're going to have to build separate taxonomies. But because you can do that in parallel, it is possible. If you have a highly complex document, I would not necessarily, for ease of use and for accuracy, I would, if it's a highly complex contract that comes in with images and things like that, you may want to do some pre-processing on those, if that helps.
Hey everyone, sorry for that. There was an outage in the song.
Okay. Do you want to pull up your slides then, or you want me to?
Yeah, I can share my screen.
Okay. We were just going through a few questions about IXP.
Oh yeah, that's great.
Mm-hmm.
I have a video that I can show about IXP at the end.
Okay, great.
To be honest, I was almost done with the presentation. I was talking that we can use some of the machine learning models that already are pre-built by UiPath in order to extract data. We can choose some of those models using the AI Center product, where basically we just need to go ahead and search about the package type that we need to use. Depends on the document that we need, that we want to that we need to use to extract the data from those documents. And this is just an
Question about that, Eric.
Mhm.
When you have those prepackaged models, can you customize those?
We can, depends. Some of those packages has the ability to be retrained,
Okay,
but UiPath offers the ability to bring your own models built by third-party companies or even built by your team.
great.
But in action centers, when you choose the machine learning package, there is like a label called like allow to pre-train the models. If it says yes, it means that you can retrain the model based on all the data validation that you do manually. If it say no, it means that it cannot be retrained.
Good to know. Thank you.
And here we have an example scenario of a document understanding end-to-end workflow. So basically here, the company submits claims into a shared drive folder. As part of the workflow, each document will start being digitized. Then it will be classified based on document types. If the document is not recognized as a valid type, the flow will skip it. Otherwise, the extraction steps will be performed. If document understanding was not able to extract some of the data properly, or the confidence score is low, this will be sent for human validation via Action Center. Otherwise, the output will be sent to the user and submitted in the required destination for future steps. Now, I'm going to show one video about document understanding, and let me know if you can hear the audio. Can you hear the audio?
I can't hear it.
I can't, do you say?
Yes, cannot.
Okay, let me check the settings. How can I share the audio? Hmm. Just one sec. Can you hear it now?
I cannot hear it.
Okay, I will send the videos links in the chat, but basically, this video is just showing a little bit about the flow that document understanding follows from from submitting the inputs until exporting the data into a different system. And also, I'm gonna send in the video and a small demo about a UiPath IXP.
Perfect.
I think those are all the slides that I have. So if you have any kind of questions, feel free to open the mic.
Yeah, if you want to put those links in the
Sure.
chat, I think that would be really helpful for people. And then anybody have any additional questions you'd like to open up your mic, ask Eric or the team about? It looks like
We got one question from Neil about if AI Center and Document Understanding can be used on an on-premise setup or automation suite. Yes, it can be deployed for an on-prem server and also for automation suite in private cloud.
Yeah.
great. Thank you, Mason.
I see a new question. To use document processing, are AI units consumed? Yes. The consumption of AI units depends on different things like the number of the pages in the document and also the classifier and the structure used consumption of AI units.
Great. And hopefully you guys have had a chance to go through your self-paced lessons. Do you guys have any questions from those that you'd like us to help answer? We want to make sure now that you're about halfway through that you guys are all caught up. So again, we can help you if you have any questions about that.
I have one question regarding when you need to approach a document understanding project and all the documentation comes together, contracts, purchase orders, letters, emails, whatever. It's a huge amount of pages, more than 200 or nearly 200. How do you separate those documents and then extract from each separation, no? From each type of document? How do you handle that? They are not structured.
So basically all the document types are in a single file, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, with the classifier step, UiPath will be able to understand like each page, and it will separate it in document types. And then using like Action Center, you can confirm if UiPath classified the document properly or not. If not, you can, example, if UiPath say this is an invoice, but it is a purchase order, you can tag it as a purchase order.
So would it call that out as like an error, Eric, that you'd be able to identify it?
So when UiPath classifies the document pages will appear in Action Center, so you can see like the page, and it will show you like the suggestion. Hey, this is like a purchase order, or this is an invoice. If you see that UiPath made the mistake, right, by classifying the document in an incorrect type, you can choose what is the correct type.
Yeah, I can share my screen and kind of show you how this works, at least in Studio Web, if you'd like.
Yeah, that will be perfect.
I have it pulled up right here. So this is going to be for session 5. This is the demo. But when we create a classification task, the output is actually what we call a document data. And then inside of that document data, there is something called subdocuments. And the document data itself, if it has one document, you can pull out the document type just like a variable there. But inside of document data, there's subdocuments. And so that's an array of documents that are classified from the classifier. So if there's more than one subdocument, it's pulling out different types inside of that document. And you can pull out the document type per subdocument.
Thanks, Mason.
Yep.
And we're going to be going through this more on next Monday session, correct?
Yeah, I'll walk through how to set up a classification and extraction pipeline in Studio Web, and I believe Chris is going to walk through a little bit more on the taxonomy stuff and the more involved, like custom extraction and classification engines in Studio Desktop.
That's true.
Yeah, so make sure you guys don't miss that section. I'm going to repeat putting that in the chat so you guys can register. Okay. Let me do that. Okay, and then do you have any more, Eric, or for today?
I believe we should be good. My recommendation is also check the videos and check especially the one related to IXP. This is one of the new UiPath products, as the team was mentioning before, where basically based on prompts, you can indicate what you want to extract, or based on natural language, you can indicate what do you want to extract, and UiPath IXP will do the magic to understand your structure and will try to recognize the data in the documents.
Yeah,
And this is more for more complex and structured documents.
right. And when you're doing IXP, and Eric, I'm sure you'll agree, you'll want to play with your prompts. And maybe even there's some courses in UiPath Academy on prompting, because if you don't do a clear prompt, then it's not going to
Chris, you're not coming through clear.
That's a good recommendation. So basically, in the UiPath Academy, there are great courses that will help us to understand how to build like proper and stronger prompts. There is one phrase that says like the better the prompt, the better the answers. Again, IXP uses prompts or natural language, and based on your request or your prompt, it will make the magic to understand what you want to extract, and at the end, it will recognize automatically the fields in the docs. And again, this is more for unstructured and very, very complex documents like a huge contract.
Yeah, this is an amazing technology.
Yes.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah, so like Eric said, when you're using your prompts, you don't want to make them so specific that it doesn't recognize one contract from another, but you want to make them clear enough that it can find that information on various types of contracts. So I certainly recommend learning more about prompts before you venture into IXP.
Mm-hmm.
That makes sense. Okay, so I think you guys have answered all the questions in chat. I'm going to give you guys like another minute to let us know if you have any more questions. If not, we're going to grace you with some time to go back and do your self-paced learning for session 4 and 5. Make sure you guys are all caught up. As always, you can reach out to us on the forum if you have any questions while you're going through your lessons, for us to answer and help you through those. And as Chris and Eric mentioned, there's some extra courses if you feel like you want to take those on prompts and other things around document understanding. Like I said, this is an amazing product. I think UiPath, it's one of the best products they have out there. So definitely make sure you pay attention to these sessions and the homework for it.
So Diana, good segue into homework. There's a question in chat, and I'm not familiar with the homework.
Mm-hmm.
Homework self-study mentioned under session 5 is not present in the new training. Do we have a list of what the homework is in session 5?
Yeah, all that, let me just find it, but all of the homework is always in the description for the course. So you just need to make sure that you go to the subscription where you register for the course. In this case, it's the session 4. And then I am going to put the homework for next week here. For this week, you should have gotten the homework in session 3. So let me just do this. Let me put the homework for session 5 here. And then I'm gonna, if you give me a minute, I'm gonna go back and grab the homework for session 3, which would be for today. So always look on your description. We've been very clear about putting the homework, the lessons, or the other thing you can do is just go to uipath.com training, and you're going to look for the lesson plans for specialized AI series. There's a learning plan under the Academy, and we're just following that because we have to make sure everything is in agreement with what UiPath certifies you so that when you get your training credential, you know that this is an industry recognized training credential based on UiPath standards, which is really important. So again, this is a great credential to get, you guys. Just totally highly recommend that you continue these sessions with us. Take the time to, do your homework. Our courses are very good. So I just put the homework for today in the sessions as well. If you have any problems, make sure that you guys are copying everything I'm putting in the chat. That's also very important because you're going to find the links to everything. You're going to find where I put all the important links. So when you go to that first link, the series page under the important links, you're going to see all the information and you can go into each one of those descriptions again and look for that. And if you have any problems, just reach out to me. I will put my email in chat. So feel free always to reach out to me, or you can always reach out on the forum page and we'll add the information there. Hopefully that answers that, Chris.
Hopefully that answers yes.
Also, I saw a question not related to document understanding, but more for agentic automation. Miguel, I sent you in the chat 2 links that I highly recommend if you want to learn more about agentic AI, Maestro, prompting engineering, and all that stuff related to agent AI, and even the automation associate training will help you for the agentic certification. It is the core course for the agentic certification. And also I sent a link for a blog written in LinkedIn that will guide you a little bit about the certification steps.
Yeah, and do you guys have any more questions? Feel free to take yourself off mute. We're happy to answer anything. We want to make sure that that you get the answers we're giving and they're clear. Thanks for adding all those links. That's really helpful resources, Eric and Chris, for everybody to follow. Okay. Just okay, it looks like I'm not seeing any additional new questions. So you guys, yeah, please have a great weekend. Make sure that you do your self-paced training before Monday. We're going to have more people on the call then to answer any of your document understanding questions as well. And then we'll be talking about go through sessions 5 and 6 next week. You guys are like getting close. And then just to give you guys a little heads up too, once we get done with this series, we're gonna be having a series of 4 events with our partners who are going to go through career days and blueprints with you to give you some advice on recommendation and also to meet some leaders in the industry. Some of them are even looking for employees. So that'll be pretty exciting. So we'll talk more about that in the next couple of weeks. But you guys enjoy the weekend and thank you so much for joining us today. And we will see you on Monday. Thanks, Eric and
Thank
Chris
you.
and Mason for your help today.